Hello again. Have you brought me the pupa? Auntie's Choice has bred mantisaurs as weapons for decades. They've gone through a number of refinements, but they're functionally the same mantisaurs we began with. What's more, we have never witnessed them mutate in any meaningful way. Not in our labs, not in the wild. But here, on Dorado, they've done something remarkable. Inundated with zeranium from the river, the mantisaurs here have evolved adaptations that have never been documented before. I intend to be the first to do so. Oh, thank law. Here's the reward I promised. I am downright giddy to get it into my lab so I can start my experiments.
Well, I, for one, am going to try my best to forget any of this ever happened.
Mantisaurs! Eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east. Swapping
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
One shot. It's a fight. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Try and keep your guts on the inside, Commander. Uh-oh, Commander's almost dead.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Weapons at the ready. Moving to investigate.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Closing in. I'll find you. And when I do...
Why are you here wasting my highly valuable
Investigating.
time?
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You here for the view? Of course. I've seen about every meter of this rock by one means or another. So if you're looking to bargain, I'm sure I've got info for you. Say 250 bits per location. The last is a pretty little place I like to call the Crystal Overlook. Can't miss them. Uh-huh.
I've put in for that transfer, and under the circumstances, I think they'll give it to me. Thank you again for your help.
Hey, damage-prone daredevil. Getting battered and brutally
Leveraged in negotiations or to gatekeep trade routes. Think of the R&D potential. Seriously, think of it. That's your job, VPs. And
It must have been lonely hiding out by yourself all that time as Initiate Alva in Golden Ridge.
I wasn't hiding, just doing what needed to be done. And I was hardly lonesome. My Aetherwave serials provided a sufficient proxy for human interaction.
Well, now you're free to assassinate away, and you've got us to help.
That's nice, dear. Not giving up watching my serials, though. All this ruination. They want to put this on me.
You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coils. Lovely. Every coil gets us that much closer to saving these lives. Wonderful. That's just enough to get the first of our autodocs back up and running. Thank you. Still, if you find any more, please bring them my way. It would be marvelous to have spares.
You've returned. Is there a reason you're looking to monopolize my invaluable time? Well, I suppose it can't reflect badly on me to simply report the facts. And you have already made me look better in the eyes of the executives. All right, I'll send it. And if you'll leave me, I've got lots left to attend to. But do come back if you can be of any further use to me. You return again and again like a particularly unshakable rash. Is there some compelling cause? Then why by law are you bothering me now? Come back with a benefit to me or not at all.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to her?
The paradigm is a self-centered derivative take.
Grand Architect! Agent! Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. But I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, my deficiencies would have been made manifest to all. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. For myself, I regret to say I'm a peacetime abbot. I was never meant to navigate a war. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you. Well, that's certainly a relief. Let's hope we live long enough to enjoy the fruits of your diplomatic labor.
Have you beheld that new
I've always
rifle
wanted
up
to
at
fight
the
a
monastery,
mathematician.
The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses.
Unless you have authorization, I'll thank you not to distract me with chit-chat. I haven't any time for idle chatter, but I suppose I can carve out a moment for urgent business.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait! Look! Someone just came up via the lift! It must be unlocked! Watch out for Wiley. He's accounted for everything. He'll know you're coming.
Avoid it all. I told him he wasn't going to make it. Is this why Wiley's ilk spared him? Because the seer already predicted this would be his fate? Hey, body's not even cold yet. Show a little respect. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it'd help advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list and let me go. He must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something? I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
For a reason.
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Yeah!
Enemy in vicinity. Target analyzed.
A lot.
Random element!
Charged! Weapon Prime! Either restore my life or avenge my death! I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Was not so dissimilar to us. He donned his jumpsuit 1.3 pants legs.
Found another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think...
Hey, none of this.
Commander's almost dead!
Check your scopes for combat. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Risk-seeking.
Multi-impact variable.
Those junction boxes look familiar. The N-ray scanner should show how they're wired.
Well, that's just plain wrong. Whoever wired this up should be expelled from the Order. I thought they had some self-respect.
grand architect's perspiring brow if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time. Scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative. Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist? I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer, but do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way. The anchor hold is proofed against sound to allow us to conduct our work in quietude. Hence the speaker unit you're using now. What happens outside is of no concern to us. I'll tell you what you can save us from. Rude novices who don't observe proper anchor hold etiquette. Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief. Care to elaborate? But what if widespread suffering is already taking place? Then its causes should be observed, quantified, and a non-violent solution found. You do not extinguish a fire with more flame. Tell that to the Protectorate. We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate. Lack of a door, for starters. You're currently standing outside of an anchor hold. My colleague and I have chosen to permanently enclose ourselves within this cell to lead a life of concentrated purpose. As anchorites of the Order, it is our duty to postulate on the universe's perplexities for the benefit of observers. In this way, we advance the plan through empirical knowledge. Who's to say we haven't tried? My colleague is joking. The answer to your question is simple. All anchorites undergo extensive testing before being admitted to such a calling. You might say we are compatible. I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important. And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get. I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask? Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it. Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I need the book Only Real Numbers, and I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are apt. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to. Good for him. About time someone put theory into application. What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
Position. Those who do not follow the plan will be terminated.
Not a good look, Commander.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
It's the unknown variable.
Keep your guns on the inside, Commander.
That wasn't intentional.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the Abbot, but
I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice. But that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
Keep to Riley's plan.
Balls! Supposed to shoot the enemy!
Well, this is quite modest. Very simple and austere. Can hardly guess who lives here.
I see the good abbot's intent on distracting himself from the misery of existence with worldly goods. Never works.
Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Bassar has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the primitive minds of Auntie's choice. This must be prevented, whatever the cost, or humanity's ascendance will be forestalled by centuries, if not millennia. The blood spilled today is merely correctional ink, stamped onto a test of order activity. And who do you blame when a student fails? Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Bassar has failed this order as its preeminent. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the primitive mind of Auntie's choice. The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
As if we'd fall for their stalling tactics just to watch these poor fools die slowly and horribly, mangled like punch cards. What were we talking about again? I prefer to kill my enemies first, innocent hostages later.
Entirely depends on your priorities. My former department would say keeping on mission is of paramount importance. But I no longer think I agree.
Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.